Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live weekly chat, and this is the very first one of 2018, and I'd just like to thank everybody who watched any of my live chats over 2017. I really enjoyed making these live chat videos all the way through 2018 from start to finish, and I'm going to enjoy continuing to make these weekly live chats to you guys, for you guys, from me. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's watching, and a big welcome to anybody who is new to the Royal Reviewer channel, and indeed community and family, because that's kind of like what we are now. We're kind of like a community, a family. We come together each week, a bit like a family. And we have our conversations and our chats. So I really enjoy it. It's one of the highlights of my week, is connecting with the people who watch my videos. Now, as always, I've pre-opened the chat window. So I'm going to find that, and then I can say hello to everyone and I can see who's in. So let's go and find the chat window. Aha, I can see everybody. I can see there's been some conversation going on before I've come into the chat room. So if I miss any questions that were really important, please retype it. The format is exactly the same as every week, live at 10 o'clock on a Saturday, and that's 10 o'clock British time, GMT. Hello to Van Isle Girl, Candice, I can see you. I can see Bay, I can see Christine, I can see Nina, I can see Vinnie Blair, I can see David, I can see the first Mrs. R, and I can see Jen. So hello to all of you guys. And of course, David Penner too, and Melody, Susan, H.A. Bracken. We seem to have all of our regulars, which is really good. Hello to Sandy, who says she is in Los Angeles, California. Hello to you. Hello to Betsy as well. Sharon Huff says, hello, it's the first time watching and you love the royal family. Don't we all? That's why we're here. By the way, I'm doing a little test today because for Christmas, I had a microphone. I've always used the microphone that's in the webcam. So that's why sometimes the sound has not quite been spot on and maybe a little bit tinny in places. But I am speaking to you tonight. Hopefully, I've got it working through a separate standalone microphone. So I'm hoping the sound sounds a little bit better. For those of you that have listened to the live chats before, please tell me if it does sound better. Like I say, I hope I've set it up properly and that it is working. So do let me know if the sound quality is better. And a big happy new year to everybody. And I hope you all had a fantastic, voluptuous Christmas. And I hope you're going to have a voluptuous new year too. I know I have. And hello to, is that 54 Tangerine? I'm going to call you Tangerine. And that is Shannon from Vancouver. Whale007 says it sounds really clear. That's brilliant. That's what I wanted. And for those of you who want to see the microphone and indeed the setup that I can see in front of my eyes, if you go to my Patreon, if you go to patreon.com, there's an app and a website. And if you type in Royal Reviewer, you will find my Patreon page. And I will post a photograph on there of what I can see for my patrons. So if you head on over to there, after the live chat, I will post a photo of what I can see. Angel says, hi, Elliot, how's your new year going? Well, so far, so good. I'm currently back to work. So my upload schedule will be back to how it was pre-Christmas break. Vinnie Blair says, new year, new look. I like it. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are wondering, today I'm not wearing any replica royal jewels. This is actually from my grandmother who passed away 6 years ago. This is from her collection today, and I've never worn it before. But this is her butterfly brooch with some pearls and gold, and it's fluffy. It's actually really nice texture and it's fluffy. And I've linked it with her pearls. These are her pearls that she used to wear. And I've kind of fashioned it into a way that I can wear it. So for the first time, I'm wearing my own grandmother's jewellery for tonight's chat. Sharon Nichols says it's the first time in chat and you love my channel. Thank you so much. David says Her Majesty's family is growing. She will have a granddaughter-in-law and 2 grandchildren. Yes, of course, the British royal family is expanding. She's gaining a granddaughter-in-law in Meghan Markle and also 2 new great-grandchildren in royal baby number 3 from the Cambridges. And Zara Tindall and Mike Tindall have just announced, sort of within the past 24 hours, that they are expecting their second child. And of course, they are in Australia at the moment. They've been there over Christmas and New Year, and they will be attending the Magic Millions, which is an equestrian event, which is really big in Australia. So I will be making some videos on that as and when it happens. So do look forward to that. Carolyn Lightheart says, you do sound very well today and hope you survived the NSOW. We now have 2 feet here. And SNOW is snow, for those of you who don't know. Yes, well, we haven't got any snow here in the UK. We had ours before Christmas. But I would go for another big heap being dropped on the UK right about now. In fact, please blow some over. In fact, everybody blow the snow over. I really want some. James Med4 says, hello to you. Is it true that the Cambridges released name choices? No, they haven't. There has been discussion and people trying to predict what name there will be. And in fact, that's on my list of videos to make. So tomorrow I will be recording a whole bulk of videos. And one of them will be about the royal baby names. So hold that thought and have a good think and a good guess when I launch that video. Tangerine says, do you have any idea if Catherine has received the Queen Elizabeth Family Order? No, not yet. I mean, if she has, then it will have been in private and we don't know. The first time we will know about it is when we see it. So probably the next state banquet occasion. So look out for it. But I do think it's on its way. I mean, it's round about the time when it should be on its way. So expect it anytime soon, I would imagine. James Med4 says, the snowflake brooch, a crushing blow. Indeed, those of you who have been watching my channel for a long time will know that the Queen received a new snowflake brooch from the people of Canada, or rather on behalf of the people of Canada. And she was presented with this amazing snowflake brooch. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this was kind of in the summer, I think, if I remember correctly. And I always said, well, it's a snowflake, so therefore it's more than likely to be kept for the winter. So I thought, well, maybe we might see it on the Queen's Christmas speech. That came and went and we didn't see it. Then I thought, well, maybe we'll see it on Christmas Day. And that came and went and we didn't see it. So now I made a video on it, so please do go and watch it. But I'm really disappointed that we haven't got to see it. So now I'm thinking that she's probably going to keep the snowflake brooch for the next time she has some kind of Canadian official, or even just Justin Trudeau himself if she meets him, or even if Catherine or William go to Canada or receive a Canadian guest. Or my other thought afterwards was that Meghan and Harry did say that they were going to tour the Commonwealth. Well, of course, that includes Canada. So could the Queen possibly send Harry and Meghan, once married, to Canada with the snowflake brooch? Could we actually see, for the first time, the snowflake brooch debuted on Meghan Markle? It is a distinct possibility. Unconfirmed, but we will have to wait and see. But that thought did cross my mind. It could be debuted on Meghan Markle or some kind of big Canadian official that the Queen might receive. Candice says, hi Elliot, Happy New Year. Have you received my parcel yet? Other than what I opened in my previous opening video, I haven't been to my box. I haven't had time. I've been extremely busy. I've been very busy. So I've not had time to go to my box, but I am going to, possibly even tomorrow. And if anything is in there, I will, of course, make a video. Megan B says, hello from Santa Barbara in California. I just received a thank you card from the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge for sending them a Christmas card. well done for a start, and congratulations on writing to them. I'm really pleased that you did. I do think everyone should write to their favourite royal because it does work. You do get a reply. I haven't received any others other than the one that I received from the Queen and Duke. So I'm hoping that I will get a flurry of them soon, and of course I will make an opening video of those. You will see them the same time I do. So it's good to know that they have sent them out, and I'm hoping mine is on its way. Dawn, Lady Buckingham, says, hello everyone, Happy New Year, and all the best for 2018. And Ruth is saying Happy New Year from Houston in Texas, I do believe, if I remember my American geography. Nina says, did you get any more cards from the royal family? I've just answered that one, and the answer is no, not yet. But of course, I will let you know as soon as I do. James Bedford says, any news on Meghan using Rachel or Meghan? You think it will be Meghan? Well, of course, Rachel is Meghan's real name. That's her first name. Meghan is her second name. And of course, her preferred stage name for when she was an actress. When she gets married, what will she use? Well, I think the clue is in what Prince Harry has been calling Meghan during the interview, the engagement announcement interview, and he was still using Meghan. Let's wind back to William and Catherine's engagement announcement and interview, and William referred to her as Catherine. And that was a big indicator that we weren't to use Kate, that her name was going to be Catherine. So I think we can use the same indicator to say or think that she will continue using Meghan. And of course, she's in good company because Harry's real name is Henry, and he uses Harry as a preferred name. So I think it will be Meghan. So I agree with you. I think she will continue using Meghan, and that is what's been indicated so far in what we've seen. So again, we can speculate, but going on what we've seen and what we know, I would take an educated guess and say Meghan. Angel says, I like to say hi to the Queen and the royal family. I hope they're having a good year, and there's going to be a brand new baby and a royal wedding coming in springtime. You can hardly wait. Neither can I. And if any of the royals are watching, I will say hello to them for you. So Angel says hello. Guy and Jackie says, hello, Elliot. Happy New Year. Hello to you too. And a big Happy New Year to everyone. Hello to Rob Carr, who is in Australia. And Dawn says, I wish I could send you snow and minus 40 degrees temperatures. I wish you could too. Blow it over. Send it my way. Bay says, Elliot, butterflies mean a new beginning. They do indeed. There is method to my madness. Yes, and that's why I'm wearing my grandmother's butterfly. I'm not quite sure what pearls mean particularly, but I've mixed it with my pearls, and it felt like the right thing to do. I had a feeling, maybe even a guiding hand, who knows. Angel says, I'm glad that Catherine is having twins. Well, that's news to me. How do you know she's having twins? No, that must be a fake news story, because there has been no announcement whatsoever that Catherine is having twins. And that leads me to my point. Every week I'm on, I make a list of things I want to speak about. And right down the bottom, although it should be at the top, is rumours and fake news. And I think we'll talk about it now, seeing as I've just heard a massive rumour and fake news. And there are so many rumours and fake news been bound around, excuse me, about the royal family over Christmas. So much fake news. And I really would love to know where it's all coming from, but it is all fake. No, she's not having twins. There has been no announcement she's having twins. And there's been so much speculation about Meghan as well, that she's hated by the British people and the media. No, you know, I have not seen negative stories in the press about Meghan Markle, and I'm in the UK. I see the papers, I see the news, I watch the news. There is nothing negative. General consensus is one of great support for Meghan. I think all the hate and all this fake news is actually coming from abroad. It's definitely not coming from the UK. So just what I'm saying is just beware of the rumors and fake news stories. If I haven't put it on my channel, then it's not true. So just beware, because a lot of people are being spun lots of lies and they're just not true. Dawn says there is a Commonwealth meeting coming up. Maybe she will wear the brooch then. That is the sort of situation where we definitely could see the snowflake brooch debuted. David Penner says, at Lady Buckingham or Dawn, since Christmas it's been a high of 10 degrees. Most New Year was -6. And the Great Lakes are frozen. Okay, I'm just heading up the comments. David says, when I showed my aunt a picture of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's wedding, they began talking about how cute Prince George is. Well, that is, of course, a talking point. I can definitely see that. Nina's saying in Ohio, it's -3 this morning. Angel says, Catherine Middleton. Well, I really do think we should stop calling her Middleton. I mean, how long has she been married now? Crikey. The Duchess of Cambridge, or Catherine, I think will probably do. Although I agree, they do still keep saying it in the media. Kate Middleton, Kate Middleton. It's probably about time to move on, I would imagine. Babies, you think it's going to be girls because her mom had 2 girls and 1 boy. And it shows in the future there's going to be more royal babies to come from them. You could be right. They're definitely going to have royal baby number 3. I think she could go for an equalizer with the Queen, possibly at 4. Jen says, oh, some sad news from Jen, who's telling me that her friend passed away this morning. Oh no. I'm really sorry to hear that really sad news. I mean, speaking from experience from the tail end of last year, over the past 3 months, I've lost 3 family members myself. I lost my aunt, my mother's sister. I lost my granddad. And I've recently lost my nan's sister, who I called an aunt. So I know exactly what you're going through. And my condolences go out to you and your friend's family and any of your friends, who knew this person, because it is such a sad time when anything happens like this. And I hope you can find some solace in other things, in trying to keep your mind occupied and busy, because that really does help. Guy and Jackie says it's -15 degrees C here in Ontario, Canada. And Bay says, sorry for your loss to Jen. And again, she hopes that you find peace too. Wales 007 says, you think Harry will join the Order of the Garter after the wedding? Well, he's taken on the Royal Marines, so possibly, as is customary, we will likely see him now on horseback for trooping the colour. The Order of the Garter, he may be awarded some new honours soon, but we will have to wait and see. That is, of course, up to Her Majesty the Queen. Dawn says, by the way, -40 is the same in Fahrenheit, so -40 is -40. Betsy says, love the thought that Meghan may wear the brooch after the wedding, crossing my fingers. And there's also been talk in the press as well about Meghan borrowing jewelry, and that she can't borrow any jewelry or tiaras until she's married. Well, that's kind of true. It's unlikely that she will borrow any of the Queen's jewelry before the wedding, but it's likely that to the wedding, on the wedding day, she will probably have borrowed a tiara. And then, of course, after the wedding, she is likely to be given one to wear at any occasion when she may be required to wear one. So she will have access to the jewelry, but she probably will indeed have to wait until she is married into the family firm. Lots of people sending Jen condolences. Angel says, Prince Harry and Meghan is good morning, and they have a baby pretty soon. You think they're going to have a baby soon? Well, I have to agree with you. I think perhaps we may see a pregnancy later in the year. And you say, I can see their future ahead of us as you are a medium. and I guess you see their future together. There has been lots of talk as well recently in the past few weeks about mediums predicting things. One medium said they predicted that Harry's future would lie with an American. Another medium said that Diana is happy. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about mediums and the spirit world, but you know, let's just put it out there that that's what people are saying, whether you agree or disagree. So I will leave that one with you. And in fact, leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section below of the actual video, telling me, do you believe in mediums? Do you believe what they say? Do you believe in their value in predicting events and people's lives? I am interested to know. Let me know in the comment section. Candice says the parcel I sent was quite large, so it might not fit in the PO box. It will. In fact, I've seen their box, and it's not actually a box. It's a drawer. It's a big drawer. I can see it through the hole where I go to collect it. I can see them going to find it, and it's not actually a box, believe it or not. It's a drawer in a kind of filing cabinet, in fact. And anything too large sits outside of the box. There you go. Heath Jarvis says Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you too. Jen says, Elliot, did you get my card? I did an opening video of all the cards that I received, so go and take a look on there. There was lots and lots of cards, and I opened all of them. And like I say, I will go and check my box sometime this week, possibly even tomorrow. Guy and Jack says butterflies are free. Well, there we go. Angel says, bless you. I see you sneezed, but that's okay. I'm still getting over a little bit of a coffee cold. In fact, it's not a cold anymore. Those of you who remember the Poncetta incident, it was actually a cold, not the Poncetta. And I'm over the cold bit of it, but I've still got a little bit of a froggy throat, as we say in the UK. A little bit of a cough on my throat, but nothing major. It is not a cold anymore. Nina says fake news has been so bad this week. It has indeed, and it's been in magazines. Well, they're putting out fake. They're fake magazines. Don't buy them. David Penner says, Elliot, is Winston Churchill a godfather to any royals? Well, I will have to check that one, because although I know a lot of royal history, my history on Winston Churchill is not so good as my royal history. I don't think a godfather, but I think there is a connection. I do remember in my distant brain somewhere that there is some kind of a connection between Winston Churchill and the families to do with, I think, the Spencer Churchills, going back through the genealogy. I will check that out for you. Sharon Huff says, where can we get reliable news in the royals when I aren't on? Well, just wait for me. Just wait for me. And if it's interesting or true, I will put it out there. And of course, I will always tell you if something is speculation. Sometimes it's fun to speculate. Sometimes we can have fun talking and speculating about the royals and what they're going to do. But of course, I will never, ever tell you anything that's not true as something that is true. I will never, ever, ever do that to you. And of course, if something changes, if we believe something to be true and then it turns out not to be, I will always tell you. I will always do an update video and say, you know, no, look, this has changed. This is the truth now. So yeah, if you want the real true news, stick with this channel. Christine says, I heard the Queen was cancelling the wedding. Where are you guys hearing this stuff from? No, it's fake. The Queen is not cancelling the wedding. The wedding is not cancelled. They are still getting married. The British people love Meghan Markle. And there is no animosity towards her whatsoever. In fact, people actually like her. In fact, I think people are generally the feeling is that people are welcoming the diversity into the royal family. So I think people see Meghan Markle as a real positive and a real asset to the royal family, not this negative thing that's being put out there in foreign media. And I would say the problem lies with foreign media, not the British media whatsoever. And I know because I'm British and I live here. I live in the environment where, you know, I watch the telly, I read the newspapers. So if there was anything of that nature, I would know and I would tell you. But there isn't. So it's all just fake, 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 fake. James Medford says the Christmas picture taken by a bystander at the Royal Church service of Prince Harry, Meghan and the Cambridges was for me so wonderful to see. Princess Diana's hopes for her son's marriages. Yes, a bystander, an ordinary member of the public, was there to welcome the royal family and to see them at Sandringham. She queued, I think, for about 3 hours before they came out, so she got a really good spot. So that's always a good tip if you do go, queue early to get a really good spot. And she had only an iPhone, no special camera with any special lenses, just an iPhone, and not a new iPhone either. She said, in fact, it was an older iPhone. Don't ask me which one, I don't know. So she snapped them with an iPhone, and she just so happened to catch the picture of Christmas, actually, the picture of Royal Christmas, because all the royals were kind of lined up, William, Catherine, Harry, Meghan, so that you could see all of them really, really clearly. It was a really good photograph. And it just captured them all happy. I think she did lots of shouting. She did lots of shouting, her and her daughter, to get their attention. It worked. They all looked in her direction. She snapped the picture, or snapped the picture on the iPhone, and she posted it on Twitter. The photograph went viral. People from the media were asking if they could use her photograph on telly, in the newspapers, in magazines. She said yes, but then she got advice from other people who said, no, you know, you should be selling the photo if they're using it in print or on the TV. So she then started saying, well, actually, you know, I'd actually like to use the money raised from the photo to pay my daughter's college fund or university fund. So congratulations to her, because, you know, she snapped inadvertently the royal photograph, possibly of the year, but certainly of Christmas. So well done to that lady. Vinny Blair says a lot of the fake news and hate is on YouTube. I can agree with that. There are a lot of fake YouTube channels. Please unsubscribe from them now. People are not very discerning. No, they're not. And some people are extremely clickbaity. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the need to want to attract people to watch your videos. If your videos aren't appealing, people aren't going to watch them. And then kind of what's the point if people aren't watching them? But some you know, titles of videos are just so completely clickbaity and fake. It's unbelievable, and you can tell the ones that are fake just by reading them. So just don't click them, because they're just going to fill your head with a load of mush, and probably waste about 5 minutes of your life. James Medford says happiness has come true, and again, I've titled this video something along the lines of, if life throws you melons, no, if life throws you lemons, make lemonade. So make your own happiness. Out of the darkness comes the light. So yeah, so make your own happiness. And happiness has indeed come true, in particular for Harry and Meghan, and for the Tyndalls, and for the Cambridges. Lots to look forward to in the first half of this year, for sure. Angel says, let them decide what they want. And yes, you think Diana wanted them to be together. Lady Buckingham says, where is Jamie tonight? I'm not sure. I'm sure he will pop up towards the end and say, oh, I missed it. Guy and Jackie says, it is said, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Just a thought, and a good thought at that. Dawn says, I cringe every time I hear the Duchess of Cambridge being called Middleton. It's kind of old now. I think we should all move on from Middleton. Ban the Middleton. David says, Elliot, do you wish Lady Diana was still alive? Of course I do. I think you'd have to be pretty heartless of a person to not wish that she was still alive, to be with her sons and her grandchildren. And of course, that's one of the real sadnesses about her loss, is that she never got to meet her grandchildren, and they never got to meet her. So yes, of course, I still wish that she was alive. Guy and Jackie says that they're sorry for my loss. Thank you so much. And Vinnie Blair says the media says that Kate Middleton, but Pippa Matthews, I don't get it. Media has lost the plot. Yes, I think the media has switched to Pippa Matthews, but not Catherine. I don't know why. That is a mystery. It's a mystery to me. Jen says, thank you, Elliot. He was only 44. Oh my God, that's terrible. That's definitely gone way before his time. Sue R says, hi, Elliot. What jewels do you think Meghan will wear at the wedding? I'd love to see her in one of Diana's iconic pearl chokers, maybe the sapphire one. What do you think? Well, I agree. I would love to see the sapphire pearl choker worn by either Catherine or Meghan. In fact, I'd just settle for seeing it. I just want to see it worn. I think it's such an important piece of jewellery not to be worn. I don't think she'll wear that kind of statement piece for the wedding. However, she's surprised us many times before, so, you know, it still could happen, but I probably think not for the wedding. Earrings, I probably think maybe some diamond studs. I'm thinking some kind of diamond stud, possibly. Maybe even some of Diana's diamonds. And as for the tiara, well, I'm thinking possibly the tech tiara, which has the crescent moon designs on it, and possibly the Strathmore. I did say before the Strathmore, which has kind of like roses on it, and they're kind of, I suppose, more starter tiaras. The Cartier Halo tiara that Catherine wore was kind of classed as a starter tiara, so I think Meghan might go the same route, although there's no confirmation. You know, she doesn't have to wear a tiara at all. She might not. She might choose not to wear one at all. Like I say, you know, she has her own individual style, doesn't particularly like to conform to things. So who knows? She may not wear a tiara at all. But I hope she does. I hope it will be one of the ones that I mentioned. Rosary Chaplet says, hi, hello to you. Angel thinks that Princess Diana is watching them right now from heaven. Candice says, I'm so sorry for your loss. To Jen, sending you warm thoughts and blessings. Guy and Jackie says, I'm sure Meghan will make a beautiful princess on the wedding day. Let's go back up to get the comments. Okay, I think I've skipped quite a few comments. Let's go back up. Sometimes my screen jumps. Okay. Here we go. Angel says, I can see that, Elliot. I wish I could tell you, but I can see it in their future and everyone else's. Vinnie Blair says, sure, the double, triple, or 4-row choker may be too much for a tiara, or with a tiara, but maybe a single pearl. And the Queen indeed wore pearls at her wedding, so that's, again, another good choice, I think. Betsy says, do you think Meghan may wear the Spencer tiara? No. Simply because she is not a Spencer bride. She has the Spencer connection through Harry, but I don't think that it will be loaned for her. I think it will definitely be one of the Windsor collection tiaras. Stephen Jameson, or Stephen or Stephen, says, Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to you, Stephen. Jen says, I didn't see it. First Mrs. R says, I don't believe in mediums. I think if there are people who have that sort of gift, they don't use it for attention and public glory. Elizabeth England says, I've watched many older videos of Princess Diana, and recently, Fergie's 1986 wedding. Princess Diana looked absolutely depressed sitting there. I wish Charles hadn't married her. And that's certainly one viewpoint. Candice says, you have quite a fan club now, Elliot. Good for you. Well, no, I mean, it's good for you guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of this experience. It's an experience for all of us too. So no, I'm happy for everybody. Not just good for me, good for everyone. Guy and Jackie says, Elliot, I have been fighting this nasty cold since New Year's Eve. I can relate. it's just a niggly cough now. It's just a bit croaky, bit of a croaky throat. Elizabeth England said, also, no such thing in my belief as spirit mediums. Dead, you're dead. Again, one way of looking at it. Jen says, I drank too much wine on New Year's Eve. I don't normally drink, but on New Year's Eve, I drank a few glasses, but not much. Angel says, do believe what mediums are saying. They come out with the truth and they believe in God. And you know there is Angel Earth that walks between us, and they do show you everything. The first Mrs. R says, I would think that a politician could not be a godparent to a royal baby to avoid the appearance of political preferences. Depends if they become a godparent post or pre prime minister or political career. So I will have to look into that one. Elizabeth England says, P.S. Elliot, hope your frog leaves your throat. I hope it does too. Kind Jackie says, I believe it says Sir Winston Churchill was the fourth cousin removed from Princess Diana. Aha, there you go. And that is the Spencer Churchill connection, which was at the back of my mind somewhere. So again, like I said, I will look into a little bit more with Winston Churchill and his royal connections. Arnold Sanders says, there are a lot of YouTube channels putting out fake news. There are, I could probably tell you about 10 of them. So just beware. Christine says there is a lot of crap on YouTube. There is indeed. Benny Blair says, I do not think Meghan will get married in the Spencer tiara because it belongs to the Earl Spencer and the ladies in his family tend to wear it. Exactly. That was my point. Jen says she put up a hissy fit over a prenup. As far as I'm aware, there is no prenup. Again, I think that could be a huge dollop of fake news. There has been no prenup reported over here. And let's not forget, Meghan Markle goes to the wedding, goes to marriage, a wealthy woman in her own right. So I doubt very much there is a prenup